The VR adventure Paper Beast comes to us from the mind of Eric Chahi, developer of From Dust and Another World. Chahi has quite a wild mind when it comes to his video games, and the concept for this one is no exception. A malfunctioning computer program sends you into a vast digital world. Origami-like creatures roam the land, their consciousness formed from streams of data. The world is unpredictable. The creatures sentient. And the story is kind of non-existent. Most of the game is very much an art piece, so you'll take from it what you want. For me, it was sometimes a little too obscure, though it was very clear the developers wanted to say something. What even is that? Thankfully, it's not all about the weird and obscure vibes. There's actually some really unique puzzle-based gameplay here. Puzzles are given and solved organically. With each level you enter, you'll need to determine what's wrong and how to fix it. Solutions can be as simple as coaxing the wildlife towards a goal, but you might also be sitting staring into space with zero ideas for quite a while. In later levels, you can shift the literal tides of the world with certain items. Sand blobs will help to build up walkable surfaces, and this Tetris-looking fella will defy the physics of water to allow safe passage for your paper beasts. It's tricky to describe what you actually do here without spoiling the game. The solutions aren't always obvious and will require a good deal of logic and a whole lot of, Come on, buddy. Is this what you want me to do? Each puzzle builds on the last as well, so if you're taught something in one level, you better keep it in the back of your mind for a conundrum a full hour later. I didn't, and so some levels became a huge chore. There's also no tutorials or hints, which is the developer's style, and it's a concept that works at times. Why can't I get up there? I'm pretty sure I accidentally glitched my way through a couple of levels just by clicking around until it let me teleport. It was either a glitch or just a really poorly designed solution. I mean, I guess that worked? It's already recommended to take breaks when playing virtual reality, but here, take breaks, not just for your eyes, but for your brain. Now, at least when you're lost and confused, this lovely world you're trapped in looks pretty cool. From the moonlit caverns to the blazing sand dunes, I constantly found myself stopping and staring in awe at the abstract creations. Whoa! Add to that the game's incredible display of sound design with unnatural and surprising noises constantly surrounding you. It's certainly best to play this with headphones if you can. But the deeper you go and the longer you play, the game's glossy exterior starts to show its cracks. Vast areas seemingly full of gameplay potential will just lead you to numerous dead ends. There's also quite a few cramped and empty corridors that you'll have to mindlessly track through to get to the next stage. Plus, being VR, you'll be teleporting through the map, so a large portion of the game is just a flurry of clicks and flashing frames. It can sometimes feel clunky and unfinished. There's traces of a great game here, but so many corners seem to have been cut. Now, once you finish with the story, you'll unlock your very own biome to play with in sandbox mode. You can control terrain through molding the sand or adding a splash of water. Drop in all manner of flora and fauna from across the campaign, and watch as everything interacts in your very own ecosystem. Some items will be locked off, however, so you'll need to collect these little gooey things found scattered across levels to unlock them. Dabbling in this mode is fun for a few minutes, but it doesn't provide much additional challenge or any real reason to stick around. And with the main campaign clocking in at only around 3 hours, Paper Beast ends up feeling rather short, though it may be just the right length. The organic puzzle solving is super rewarding, but can get real tedious when the solution ends up being poorly designed. The story provides a wonderful and experimental world, but often gets too wrapped up in whimsy for its own good. I'm not sure how I would go about recommending this to friends, but it was certainly an intriguing experience from start to finish, so I'm giving Paper Beast 3.5 out of 5 rubber chickens.